Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. This is the big one. It's Buns Night 2025. And I thought I'll just go live and have a chat with not just one nation, but with all the nations as to what we're going to do for Buns Night. Now, I've had a bit of a wonderful wheeze, my chest, you see, a wheeze. And I thought to myself, right, what we'll do is we'll ask the people if they want to come on. There's the Glasgow Creeper. Happy Buns Night, McClue, from my family to yours. Glasgow Creeper, how lovely is that? And there's our Kareem, DINKY-DOO. DINKY-DOO, Kareem. How lovely to have you with us on a very happy Buns Night. So there you are. If you look up Scottie McClue, Robbie Buns on YouTube, you'll get all sorts of stuff that we've done over the years, including a bit live on national talk radio, just to educate people, particularly our dear friends south of the border, on what Robbie Buns was all about. I tell you. So if you would like to do a piece, then feel free to do that. There's Murray. Well done, Cutty Sark. And in an instant, all was dark. Oh, and of course, what is Cutty Sark? The short shot. There we are. She had on her mini nightie. But yes, she sounds a bit frightening. Warlocks and witches in a trance. There we are. Good evening, Scottie. We're watching from hospital beds. So Susan. Susan, my darling, I do hope you're okay. Yes. Is it something more serious or is it the flu? Mind you, the flu can be pretty serious. We send you strength and we send you love. Get well soon, my dear. There we are. The Blade says greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations to you too, Blade. There we are. Wonderful. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Kareem, says Susan. Ben Soldier Boy. Yellow, Scott. Yo, Ben Soldier Boy. So there we go. So I can do a bit of buns for you, but, I'd like to hear you do it. Or if somebody wants to play something on the pipes, there we are. We have to be careful. It's not copyright stuff. If you want to come on, and we'll have our own wee bun supper international right here, courtesy of the Scottie McClue YouTube channel. There we are. I had an operation on my knee on Friday morning. Ah, Susan, I was going to say that's not so bad, but I know just how painful the knees can get. I've done my little bit of suffering, I tell you, but we'll get you back to full strength. Make way for the King's God. Oh, sorry, that's Scottie McClue fan. He likes to hear me shout that. I tell you. So rest up and no ninja kicks, says Kareem. Kareem knows his stuff. John Doe, DINKY-DOO, rattle your wallies and munch your haggis. Absolutely. Does anybody go for the vegetarian haggis? Or is that just a step too far from the lungs, liver, and sheep pluck? There we are. Everybody's looking after Susan there. That's excellent. That's the way it should work. So there we are. So I'll let you guys all catch up, I tell you. And do come on and do a little bit. Murray, I'm sure you could clear your pipes with a wee touch of the Tam O'Shanter. The hour approaches. Tam Mon Ride. Oh, I had gluten-free sauce on my haggis. Right, wonderful. Well, we like the gluten-free because apparently the gluten's not so good for the joints. Is that right? Have I got that right? There we are, because I did have a dear friend, and she was almost crippled at one point. I think I can use the word crippled, yes. She could barely get about at all. She was shuffling. And she went to a homeopath who identified an allergy to wheat. There we are. So she wasn't quite celiac, but identified the allergy to wheat. I tell you. Hello from the Big Apple, Scottie, the New Yorker. How lovely to have you with us. We're all very, very, very excited in the UK about the Donald coming into power because we think he's shining a light in the dark corners of politics. We don't really celebrate Buns Night over the pond, but I'll pour one out for you. Now, New Yorker, that's not strictly true, because I have a friend, Big Alan from Annan. Yes, Annan in the Scottish borders. And Alan stays, he's now in New York, he was in Washington, top man, and he used to deliver the address to the haggis with his full kilt on to the audience in Washington, D.C. So there you go. So the Americans love Scotland, because Scotland's really your ma and your da, right? Scotland is the mother and father of America. Trust me. So there you are. And you might even want to come home to Scotland, the Americans. I mean, should Scotland buy the United States of America? And we might even install the Donald as our next king. Tell me what you think of all this. Tops, we're here at the New Yorker. You should give Scottie a call when he opens the lines. I want to hear a genuine New Yorker. Yes, I think we all do. Good one, Tops. Well, I'm in Brooklyn, and it's quite quiet here. Oh, Brooklyn, yeah. I think Brooklyn, is Brooklyn not just where everybody goes to sleep? Because I've been told you can't get to sleep in New York, the city that never sleeps. Evening, says Tom. Evening, Scottie. It's Tom here. Hello, Tom. How lovely to have you with us. Are you still in Belfast, Tom, or are you in America? There's Wilson Fisk, the mayoral candidate. It's been a while since I've seen you, Scottie. How's the YouTube business? Well, Wilson, this channel's doing okay. I think we've just touched 34,000 subscribers. Now, if we can 10 times that, and there's no reason why we can't, it just needs everybody to click subscribe, and they will get stuff to their advantage, i.e. Scottie McClue talking to them, and all the world's top movies. So there we are. This is the place for movies. People are abandoning terrestrial television. It's going to have had it because they're coming to Scottie McClue, because I choose the movies and I know my stuff. There we are. And I mean that with all humility, you know. Scottie, did you survive the winds? Yes, Kareem, I survived the winds, but unfortunately, one of the trees at McClue Towers didn't. So there we are. It's had a bit of a fright. And also, I was so sorry to hear about the Darnley sycamore. Now, this is a tree on the south side of Glasgow, or until yesterday was a tree on the south side of Glasgow, that Mary, Queen of Scots, nursed her husband, Lord Darnley, back to rude health under. The Darnley sycamore. Lovely big tree that stood there for, oh, dear knows how long. I mean, you know, at least 500-600 years, maybe 1,000 years, and it fell down yesterday with the wind. I hope the birds are okay. They're smart. Oh, the birds are smart. Kareem, you're a TikToker as well, aren't you? Do you check out some of the crows that people have got? Now, the advice is you don't have wild birds as pets, but these people really know their stuff. And I get bothered by crows at McClue Towers. They'd like to come in and live with me. The fools, the fools. Well, they're actually very, very clever. So they keep trying to tap their way in through the gutter. And I think, no, away you go. So I would quite like to learn to speak crow. There we are. So I tell you, I have two budgies. Kareem. And do they talk to you? I haven't seen you in a year, says Negan. Such silliness. Now, Negan, that's huge silliness. Nobody should ever risk going for a year without speaking to Scottie McClue. Let's have it straight. Scottie, do we have two Kareems on tonight? One has missed the K out of the name. Good one, Susan. Kareem, can you just check, please, and see if we've got an imposter, and we'll find out which one it is. Hello from Miami, McClue. Hulk Hogan, we just love you in Miami, and we send huge love and huge strength. Hot, hot, hot over here. I'm on my way, Hulk. I'm on my way to Miami. McClue needs a little bit of heat. We've got hibernation going on here with the winter. Right, time for a general sup, guys. Now, for those of you who've just joined us and you're wondering what's going on, you're watching Scottie McClue. Hashtag FLOTI, F-L-O-T-I, all in uppercase. First Lord of the Internet, the world's top broadcaster and the world's most humble man. So there you are. You see, no side to me. Nothing gets past me. Wilson Fist says, come to New York, Wilson. I would love to come to New York. And the number of times I've been told, Scottie, why do you not just go to New York? Why do you bother with the UK? Go to New York. They'll put you on their telly. And you can do all the radio at night as well. That'll do me, I tell you. Right, who else have we got here? Because we do the big phone-ins, Wilson. So if you have any huge media contacts over there, do let them know that you know McClue. I tell you, how wonderful is that, New York? The Glasgow Creeper, the wind was wild the other day there, Scottie. Oh, Glasgow Creeper, I've only experienced worse once, and that was this time of year, 1968. And I lived in a place called Gourock at the Clyde. And I can remember somebody coming back saying, there's a big 8-meter yacht in the Wains paddling pool. Sure enough, a huge, big sailing yacht had been flung into the children's paddling pool at Gourock. There we go. Now, what have we got up next to the blade? First comment. Aha. Let me run back, Susan. Well done, my dear. All right, and we'll just see what's to do here. We'll just sort this out, guys, because we don't like anybody playing silly. No, that's Kareem, I think. Yeah, that's fine. No, I think we're all right there, Susan. Yeah, Kareem, are you quite happy? Have you checked? No imposters? Yeah, no, I think we're all right. Did Kareem say I had gluten-free sauce on my haggis? Right, did you say that, Kareem? There we are. Do let us know. And if not, we will deal. We will deal with the imposter. I tell you, the whole of my back fence has gone, Scottie. It's despicable. I know it's terrible, Glasgow Creeper. You know, and you probably put it up at great expense. Kareem says, Susan, I don't see anyone else. Maybe just a visual glitch, Susan. Sorry, I'll say that again. Maybe just a visual glitch. Not easy to say that with a drink in you. Yes, I had haggis, says Kareem. Yes, that's fine. Jerry, number 1 van driver, Buns night tonight. Correct, Jerry? Nothing gets past you, does it? And Jerry, you might want to come on and give us a wee rendition of something. I mean, I can start it off, but I would quite like a few folk to phone in, maybe play the bagpipes, the chanter, sing us a wee Buns song, recite a recitation would be nice as well, just to celebrate the bard, because he was a quite remarkable man. Guys, get sharing this as soon as you can. Scottie, MOT this Friday. Kareem, you should be fine. I've twice had bad news. And I go to a lovely, lovely garage where they genuinely care deeply about my welfare. And they had to tell me when one of the cars had just had it. But I was being a bit naughty. I'd got about 20 years out of it. And another one, I got 21 years out of it, you know. And they said to me, they said, Scottie, we don't know how to put this, but we just can't find solid metal underneath. So I'm afraid, would you like to just say bye-bye? Just take a moment. Oh, it's a terrible moment. It's a terrible bad news. And it was great. And the boss at the garage even had a long face on. A sad day, Scottie, isn't it? Sad. You know, and that was the end of the cut. So there we are. So the one who says no high kick, Scottie. Right, Susan, we'll go back. Susan's like a wee terrier here. She's not letting this one go. Let's run back. Rest up and get well. No ninja high kicks. No, that's Kareem, I think. Yeah, that looks like Kareem. Kareem, did you say no ninja high kicks? Kareem says, I was joking about the ninja kick, Susan. Yes, it's Kareem, Susan. You can chill, babe. You can chill. Jimmy Henrik says, just a wee Dioch and Doris. Did you know Dioch and Doris? Wee Dioch and Doris. So there were a Dioch and Doris, a wee, right, Doris in Gaelic is big, as in the Doris Moor. The Doris Moor, I think, is the Corryvreckan, not the Doris Moor. Or is the Doris Moor something else? And a Dioch. I would just have a wee Dioch and Doris. I wonder if it's like a whiskey and water. A wee Dioch and Doris. Just a wee Dioch and Doris. Just a wee drop, that's all. Just a wee Dioch and Doris. Afore we gang awa. There's a wee wifey waiting at a wee bottom ben. If you can say it's a broad brecht moonlight night, you're all recht, you can. The great Sir Harry Lauder. Wonderful stuff. Cindy says, I just subscribed to your YouTube. Hello from Idaho. Cindy, we love you in Idaho. You're one of our big states there. Wonderful stuff. Just subscribed, and thank you so much for doing so. Everyone who has access to YouTube should subscribe to Scottie McClue. There's no excuse not to. Scottie, can you freestyle gangster rap? Glasgow creeper, you're no sleeper, I can tell you, Dinky-Doo. There we go, freestyle rap for you. I love you too, no bother, Cindy. Lovely to have you with us. Nice potatoes, Cindy. So not a personal comment, I stress. Tops were here. Are you in the Idaho potatoes? Is that big business? Big business out there. Right, let's have a joint share. Everybody shares this channel right now till we see what happens. So I'm going on to that. That's lovely. 34,000 subscribers. And a message to the big bosses, guys. Check that out as well. And what I'm going to do here, so I share it, don't I? So I have to go on to YouTube itself and then go up to the top, view the channel. There it is. And then I'm going, oh, I can see myself live here. And then I'm going to share, and I'll share it to the news feed for the YouTube channel. And I'll just say live now. Live now. Join me on YouTube. All right, so that's gone out. Can you see that, guys? That's it on the, how does that, let me see if I can show you. You see that? Right. Join me live now on YouTube and then share. It wants me to create an event. And then I'll share to all the different groups. Right, that's it. So they've got it. Good. So I've just shared. So guys, if you all share as well, and we'll see if we get a rise in the numbers. For the algorithm, absolutely, Cindy. You've got to look after the algorithm. It's incredible. I actually cracked the algorithm and got immediately demonetized because 90,000 people followed me in a very short time, like an hour or two, you know. I'm like, aha! And then suddenly it was, sorry, but we're, you know, you're demonetized. Anyway, DINKY-DOO, Scottie, I hope you're keeping canny. All is well in Poland. Count Markilago, did you get the storms in Poland? Scottie McClue fan, the Walking Alliance says, been a long while since you posted on the Instagram. Where's my fresh Scottie posts to keep me entertained? I know. I've got so many platforms. We're on Instagram. We're on, what else are we on? Give me some more platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on X. I would like everybody to go on to X at Scottie McClue and just follow. You know, I mean, that's all you need to do. It's not rocket science, as I told them at my interview at NASA. So perhaps, Scottie, you'd like to tell us what you think the job's about. So, well, it's not rocket science, is it? You know, oh, Shane, my pal, it's been an age since I've seen you. Says Ben, Soldier Boy. Connie's just joined us. Scottie, you should be running the country. Well, do you know, everybody says that, but I don't think they would have me running the country. You know, could the UK stand Scottie McClue telling them all how it is, the truth, 100%? I mean, could you imagine British politics, 100%, everything true, everything checkable? Do you know what I mean? Nothing covered up, absolutely transparent business. Same as Mr. Trump's doing in America. Just been working in the cops, says Shane. It's a hard gig being a copper in our modern society. Shane, well done. Thank you for everything you do. There we go. So what else have we got? I'm very familiar with the bar, Shane. Listen to you guys. Connie is laughing her head off. So you see, I think if I went into Westminster and stood as an MP, a Mike Papa, as we say, in radio parlance, Mike Papa. And I think if I went in there, the chief whip would call me in and he would say, now then, Scottie, welcome to Westminster. Right, rule 1, you shut your mouth. Okay, have you got that? Oh, okay, chief whip, yeah. There we are. Proud to serve in Georgia, Atlanta. We love it. Marching through Georgia. Kareem says, Scottie, have you got blue sky? No, I've got black sky tonight. It might be quite nice, though. I haven't looked out, but it might be quite nice. But yesterday was just wild. And then I think I saw stars late last night. Would that be possible? And the planets are about to align. Guys, if you're watching, can you give me a thumbs up? Bottom left of the picture. Thumbs up. It looks like that, I think. Just click it. There we are. Oh, the new social media. Oh, blue skies. Sorry, Kareem. Yes, I thought you meant the weather. Yes, there's a new social media app. I have to look at all these things. Kareem, what I'm getting now because of the success of McClue is apps getting in touch with me saying, do I want to go live on them? And they will pay me, you know. But I like my YouTube, and although I don't get anything for it, I quite like the way it's growing. I like the people that are coming on, blah, blah, blah. So I'm a wee bit selfless when it comes to things, because I was thinking the other day, now, what is it you want to do, McClue? And I thought, well, you've done all the things you wanted to do, you see? So I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to work in banking and finance. I wanted to do something big where you discuss and you talk, something like the law, right? You look at the law and you think there is law in this, and what have you. And I looked at all these things. Anyway, long story short, we ended up in opera, in theatre, in radio, on television. I haven't done movies yet. I wonder if I could still be a movie star. I'd be playing the Granda, wouldn't I? The Granda in something like Godfather 7 or something like that. Hey, you come here, I want to slap your face because we're Italian. Count Markilaga says, I know you're not political on here, but I have heard about a Danish MP telling Trump that Greenland is not for sale. Do you know, Count Markilaga, we're not political. I'm apolitical, as you very well know. But what I've been thinking this week, there was a professor saying that America could approach Westminster to buy Scotland. And I thought, whoa, even if you're thinking along these lines, it's not Westminster's to sell. You're live on Scottish Phone-In, who's that?
No, am I here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who's that? First name?
Hello, my name is Jameson.
Jameson. Lovely to have you with us, Jameson. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, I've just got a quick question, Scotty, if you don't mind me asking.
Don't mind you asking.
Well, a pal of mine, his name, I'll call him John here for safety, but his garage was badly damaged yesterday by the storm. I'm just wondering, how badly were you damaged by the storm?
A tree, my neighbour's tree came down.
Oh, did it hurt anyone? I hope not.
No, thank goodness. No, thank God. Thank God, I say. Yes, well, I'm very sorry to hear about your neighbour's garage, but I'm very pleased to hear you.
No, I love to hear you too, and I love you. And I just want to ask another question.
Yes.
Do you want to go out sometime?
Do what?
Do you want to go out sometime?
I go out lots of times. Right. I'm staying in tonight, though, because I'm live on YouTube. What a character. So there we are. Hello, my pal Shane told me about this channel. How's it going, says Rick. Rick, it's outstanding. Way beyond my wildest dreams. But we need 10 times the subscribers. All right. A bam for all that. John, do you right? 'Twas there for honest poverty. A bam for all that. He phoned McClue and was John T. A bam for all that. For all that and all that. It's coming yet for all that. Hello, you're live with Scottish Phone-In. Who's that?
Hey, Scotty.
Markilaga.
Markilaga.
How are you, La?
Speaker work. Oh, God.
Can you hear me?
I'll just have to use it without the speaker. Just a quick call. How are you doing?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, lovely. No, we're fine. We had terrible storms yesterday, though.
Yeah, I've seen little bits of it on the.
Markilaga.
Yeah, it was a bit wild, wasn't it?
Wild as the heather. I mean, the last time I experienced that, January 1968, and then we had a bad one in the country in 1985, I think it was.
Right.
With a bad one, and it affected Kew Gardens.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember reading something about that.
Yeah, and because it had affected London, the news crowd were almost in tears. And I thought, Scotland deals with this every week, you know.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, Scott. I thought, God, I'm so pleased I wasn't in the caravan in Stirling.
Oh, you'd have been. What caravan?
Honestly, I would have been blown to the other side of the Clyde. Like,
oh, forget that. No. You're better where you are. And has Poland escaped?
Yeah, we don't. There's a place near, like the big city here, but a smaller one, and all of the bad weather goes there, you know?
Right, it just gets attracted to this particular place.
Yeah, it always goes there. It's like you're told, no, don't go there, because if it's going to happen, it'll happen over there.
I remember a friend of mine telling this guy, you know, he'd just been somewhere in his holidays. And my friend said, oh, lovely, what was that like? And he goes, never go there.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a funny thing. Where I am, that all the bad weather seems to like sort of like it does a curve.
It just takes a wee turn and avoids you.
Yeah, it just does it.
Well, as you know, you can get that, and I mean places where the wind funnels down at certain times, lakes, mountains, all that. This is where all your people that go venture into the hills don't realize what can happen when weather changes. A wind can change and funnel straight down a glen. And it brings, I can remember when I lived in Yorkshire, I got into a conversation. I was out walking the dog on a Friday afternoon about 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30. And this old chap was talking to me, absolute gent. And then he goes, aye, well, good talking to you. I think I'll get away because in 1 hour's time, and he points with his stick to the ground, he went, this will just be a sheet of ice.
Yeah.
1 hour's time. And it was fine. There was nothing. It was one of these very cold blue afternoons.
Right.
And he said, right, I'll go because in an hour's time, this will just be one big sheet of ice.
Well, it's got my curiosity, this town called Wałbrzych, you know? I'm thinking to myself, what is it about it? I think I'm going to have a trip across there and see what it is about it. It sounds like the Bermuda Triangle to me.
Does a bit. Listen, lovely hearing from you, Morcilago, and love to you and your good lady.
Yeah.
And as we say in the very best of circles, DINKY-DOO.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the spring to get.
Oh, it'll be lovely. Another couple of months, we'll be laughing.
That's it. Like. All right then, Scotty.
DINKY-DOO, you look after yourself, and thanks for your call.
Okay. And you, Scott. Okay, take care.
Ta-ra. There we are. That's Poland. Isn't that beautiful? He's ringing from Poland. Phone us from the United States of America. That would be wonderful. And we can get all your chat. I want to hear how it's all going, because over here they're just loving Mr. Trump. So there we go. Now, ahoy, Scotty, says Admiral. Ahoy, Admiral. Lovely to have you with us, DINKY-DOO. Thanks, Tops were here. There we are. Now, what else have we got here? Yeah, get well soon, Susan, says Tops. I wonder where David is, says Ben Soldier Boy. I hope David hasn't taken the roo. I hope we haven't had a fallout. I hope he's okay, Ben. I hope he is okay, because he did have health problems. But he used to come on and complain, and of course, we think, look, it's a free show. If you don't want to join us, you don't have to. If you want to join us, you get stuck in, and let's go. Everybody subscribing, please. Lots to talk about tonight. Isco Bride takes the brunt of it, says John Doe. Well, of course, John Doe, am I not right in thinking that Isco Bride is very high? Oh, everybody's in there. You're live in Scotty's front end. Who's that?
I'm Scotty. Frank, how you doing?
Frank, how are you getting on? Frank, I'm so glad you called tonight, because I know you work very, very early, and you have to get up for the old baking the bread of life. And I thought, I hope Frank gives us a wee ring, because I haven't spoken to you for years.
I know. No weekend work this week. No.
Yeah, are you off work this week, Frank? Are you taking a wee break?
Well, got to get a break sometime, you know.
You've got to get a break sometime, because you work very hard. Frank, tell me again, what do you call the big pole you pull the tins out from the back of the oven with?
It's a bevel, Scotty. I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Right, and do you do all the heat stuff? Do you open the oven and say, whoa, it's warm in there?
Do all the bread and stuff. Yeah.
Wonderful. What a great skill. We thank you.
As I was going to say,
Frank is a master baker, folks.
Be careful how you say it.
Oh, you've got to be careful. Yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year to you, by the way. I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, it was all right. As I said, happy Burns night.
Oh, happy Burns night. We were going to have everybody ringing in, but people are just chatting on. But I will do a poem so that we can say we did something on Burns night.
Well, quite right.
You know, but it makes me laugh because we used to have, I once was asked to do a radio show to fill in for somebody, and it was on gardening. And I thought, well, I don't know much about it. He said, well, just have a laugh. So, of course, these poor souls were coming on and saying, I've got black fly. What should I do? What should I spray? I said, oh, just throw that in the compost heap, love. Right? And I was giving them all this stuff. Anyway, the audience was through the roof, Frank, because people were just laughing at the carry on, although I knew very little about gardening.
That would have been the early 1990s, was it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, and we did that one. And I just know that people will tune into this because it's called Bums Night Special. And they'll go, where's the bums? Frank, do you not do a wee recitation?
No, afraid not, no.
I think you'd be very good at, address to the haggis and to a moose and all that stuff. Tam o' Shanter.
Scottie way I didn't understand it.
But maybe with Burns, you don't really understand it. The lovely thing about Burns, how can I say, the thread running through it appears very simple. But a lot of Burns stuff is in code, Frank. And the reason it's in code is because the times were very, very dangerous. There were groups called the Radicals. They used to all fight in Dumfries, a bit like now. And, you'd fighting in a Saturday night with the Radicals and what have you, and meeting to discuss, because you think what was going on at that time in the 1780s, 1789, French Revolution.
Well, what was all his children then?
That's right, he had a load of children as well. The poor soul, he died at, what was he, 36? Well, he had 12 that we know of, I think.
37.
Was he 30? He was 37, that's right. He took ill at 36. Rheumatic fever at the end, and then endocarditis. It got his heart. Poor boy.
How many wives did he have? Was it 4?
I don't know about the actual wives, but he was definitely a ladies' man. He was very charming.
Well, he had 12 children, Scottie. That's why you say something.
And I knew a lovely man who spent his life portraying Burns, a man called John Kearney.
All right.
Yeah, John Kearney, a wonderful man, highly entertaining man. And sadly, John passed away, I think it was just last year. And I was a great fan. I had dinner with him not long before. I had dinner with him maybe a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago.
Scottie, you were talking about poetry. Do you remember the thing to the Poetry Corner?
Poets Corner?
No, Poetry Corner.
Poetry Corner, that rings a bell. Was it a programme?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. So you're talking about Burns and stuff like that. Poetry Corner, should bring that back.
Absolutely. We should bring a lot of stuff back because a lot of the entertainment at the moment is extremely poor, Frank.
Scott, I don't even touch my TV on halfway now. It's just
well, see the telly, I flick through it. I've got hundreds of channels and I think there is nothing here I want to see. That's why I started my own movie channel.
Oh, yes, Scottie, but
and then I choose the movies and people can tell me if they think it was a good choice or not.
Scottie, what gets me is it's Burns night in Scotland don't really celebrate it. I think that's really bad.
There's a lot we don't celebrate. We don't really celebrate. Well, we don't really celebrate Christmas as much as England does. We celebrate Hogmanay. We don't really celebrate St. Andrew's night.
Well, you celebrate Hogmanay?
I do. Oh, I celebrate Hogmanay. Very important, Frank. Did you manage to join us for a few minutes?
Yeah, but it was just a few minutes, yeah.
That's plenty, that's plenty. Frank, lovely hearing you, and a big dinky-do to you, La, and thanks for all your hard work.
You do me a favour?
Of course.
Even this, your broadcast is finished, and you put on my timeline on my Facebook, please.
Can I, what?
Even the broadcast is finished.
Uh-huh.
And you post it to my timeline on my Facebook, if you don't mind.
I can try, Frank. I can see what's what. Yep, absolutely.
Right, okay.
Dinky-do, my boy.
Okay, Scottie.
Cheers, Frank.
From you. I'll let you go.
And you, lad. Ta-da. There we are. That's our Frank. Now, Frank has been a follower of McClue's for, probably 30 years. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, guys. Lovely to hear him. Now, what have we got here? Tell Mrs. McClue that me and the wife said hello. Negan, I will. Tell you and the wife that Mrs. McClue will say hello back. Darling. Negan and his wife say hello. No. Negan. Yes. On the YouTube. All right. Well, I can't tell him that. She says hello, and she's making tablet. So there we go. Master Baker, what is your speciality? Good one, Cindy. Numpty is the last night, Scottie. I where's Numpty? So there we go. Lang may your lums reek. There's just there won't be a B in it, Admiral. Just lum, L-U-M-S. Your lum, your chimney. Scottie, I drank 5 litres on Hogmanay. Ben Soldier Boy, yes, there's the doctor. Oh no, of vodka. Ridiculous. I'm surprised you're even here. Be careful. Drink wisely and responsibly. Right. What do you want? Tam Shanter? Or is that too long? Too long. Oh. That's far too long, though. No, that's too long. Let's see if we can get you something for Buns Night. Right. Just look at this, so much beautiful stuff. He was the most remarkable character, guys. Everybody should do Buns. They should study him in schools. Because, I mean, he's big stuff. I love him. All right, what do we got here? Oh. What about this one? Here's a nice one. It's fairly short. Farewell to the Highlands. Farewell to the Highlands. Farewell to the North. The birthplace of valor, the country of worth. Wherever I wander, wherever I rove, the hills of the Highlands, forever I love. My heart's in the Highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the Highlands, a-chasing the deer. A-chasing the wild deer, following the roe. My heart's in the Highlands, wherever I go. Farewell to the mountains high covered with snow. Farewell to the straths and green valleys below. Farewell to the forests and wild hanging woods. Farewell to the torrents and loud pouring floods. My heart's in the Highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the Highlands, a-chasing the deer. A-chasing the wild deer and following the roe. My heart's in the Highlands, wherever I go. Rabbi Buns. There you are. There's a wee Buns one for you. Excellent stuff, I tell you. Just checking in. Scottie McClue says Emerald. Dinky-Doo, Emerald. Good of you to check in. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Can you do My Love Is Like a Garden Hose? Says John Doe. I brought whiskey, says Ben Soldier Boy. Thank you for the wonderful poem, says Emerald. I tell you. Negan says, I can't wait for the next Halloween stream. so we can hear the annual spooky story. Do the one about the wee mouse. The Glasgow Cooper says, Tam O'Shanter, please, Scottie. Have we got time for Tam O'Shanter? Guys, do you want Tam O'Shanter? It's a lang road to thorough, to put it in Burnsian language. But I will give you Tam O'Shanter if you want, and see how you get on. Oh, right. We're going to do it. And if it's too much, just let me know. For Rabbie Burns Night on Scotland 2025, here is Tam O'Shanter. Are we ready? This is a tale of brownies and bogles, full in this book. And that was written by Gawain Douglas. When Chapman billies leave the street and drouthy neighbours meet, market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit browsing at the nappy and getting foo and unco happy, we think na on the lang Scots miles, the Moss's water slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. The truth fand on his Tam O'Shanter, as he frae air nicht did canter, all there, wham ne'er a tune surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hadst thou been sae wise as ta'en thy ain wife's Kate's advice, she told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum. That frae November till October, market day, there wasna sober. The ilka meddler with the miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller, and every naig was cad a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring fooin, that at the Lord's house even on Sunday, thou drank with Captain Jean till Monday. She prophesied that later soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catch wi' warlocks in the mirk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how mony counsel sweet, how mony length and sage advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale, market nicht, Tam got planted uncorrect. Fast firing. Somebody's phoning. Oh, they've gone. So there we are. They decided against it. No bother. Right, where do we go? Fast by an ingle, blazing finely, we reeman swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusted, drouthy crony. Tam lured him like a very brother. They had been foo for weeks together. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle. Tam didn't mind the storm a whistle. Care not to see a man so happy, and drowned himself among the nappy beer. As bees buzz hame wi' lades o' treasure, the minutes winged their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er the hills o' life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snowfall in the river, a moment white, then melts forever, or like the borealis race that flit ere you can point their place, or like a rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nae man could tether time nor tide, the hour approaches, Tam maun ride, that hour o' night's black arch the key stain, that dreary hour Tam mounts his beast in, and sick a night he tacks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twould blown its last, the rattling showers rose in the blast, The speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep, and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand the deil had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam scalped on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning o'er an old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where geese and hoolits owls nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford wherein the snaw the chapman's moored, and past the birks and meikle stane, where drunken Charlie Brack's neck been, and through the whins and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn about the well, where Mingo's mother hanged hersel. Before him Doon pours all its floods, the doubling storm roars through the woods, the lightnings flash frae pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a bleeze. Though ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn, with tippenny, we fear nae evil, with Uskeba, we'll face the devil. The swats he reamed in Tammy's noddle, fair play, he card nae deals a boddle. But Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light, and wow, Tam saw an unco sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillon Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels, put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat Auld Nick in shape o' beast. A towsy tight, black, grim and large, to gie them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skirrel to roof and rafters. I did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses that shawed the dead in their last dresses. And by some devilish cantrip slight, each in its cauld hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the hilly table a murderer's banes and gibbet airns, twa span lang wee unchristened bairns, a thief new cutted frae a rape, wi' his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks were blood red rusted, 5 scimitars were murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son of life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the heft, wi' mair of horrible and awfu', which even to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleekit, till ilka carl and swat and reekit, and coosed her duddies on the wark, and linkit at it in her sark. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, a plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks instead of creasy flannin, been snow white 1700 linen. Their breeks o' mine, my only pair, the aints were plush, o' good blue hair. I wad he gien them half my hurdies for a blink o' they bonny birdies, but withered beldams, auld and droll, rigwiddy hags, wad spain a foal, louping and flinging in a crummock. I wonder it didna turn the stomach. But Tam kent what was full brawly. There was a winsome wench in Whalley that night enlisted in the corps, lang after kenned on Carrick shore. For mony a beast to dead she shot, and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith meikle corn and bear, and held the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark o' Paisley harm, that while a lassie she had worn, in longitude thou sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunty. A little Kent, the Reverend Granny, that sart she coughed, was her wee nanny. With 12 Scots, 'twas our riches, whatever graced a dance o' witches. But here my news her wing maun cour, sick flights are far beyond her poor, to sing how nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang. And how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thocht he's very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged fu fain, and hotched and blew wi' might and main, till first he keep her sign another. Tam tint his reason a'thegither, and roars out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant all was dark. And scarce had he and Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bizz out wi' angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their bike, and open pussy's mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch a thief!" resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, wi' mony an eldritch screech and hollow. Ah, Tam, thou gelt thy faring, in hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stain o' the brig. There at them thou tail may toss, a running stream thou darena cross. But ere the key stain she could make, the fiend her tail she had to shake, for Nanny far before the rest hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle, but little wist she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, while this tale o' truth shall read, each man and mother's son, tak heed. Whene'er to drink you are inclined, or Cutty Sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare. There we are, guys. Tam O'Shanter for you. We ever in the G Marner at Cross My Loof, says John Doe. Genius Poet, says John Doe. Yes, he was indeed. Happy Buns Night, Scotty, says Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. DINKY-DOO. Scotty, how do I find love, says Ben, Soldier Boy. The wonderful Joanna Slater says hello. Hello, Joanna. Fantastic. I need a straight vodka, no rake, just have a glass of water. Look, let's toast the bard. Rabbi Buns in good Scots Adams Ale. DINKY-DOO as Maggie brocht off her master hail. To Rabbi Buns. Ooh, that's lush. Well done, Scotty. Tots are here, I thank you. Well done, Scotty, said David. Well done, Scotty, said Susan. I tell you, Susan, that was a long and no. Well done, all of you, for sitting through it. How fantastic is that, I tell you. And obviously a little bit of sight reading going on there. You have to go some. Guys, I've got some really, really sad news. The British Army wore Tam O'Shanters in Northern Ireland, says John Doe. Yes, they would. Thank you for the classic poem, says Emerald. DINKY-DOO. To all you beautiful, beautiful people, we have to go now. Happy Burns Night. Take great care of your dear selves. This is Scottie McClue saying DINKY-DOO to every single one of you. Are we ready? We'll sing you the goodbye song. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir and cheerio. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. DINKY-DOO. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. One more chance. Ta-ta.